regularly scheduled meeting of the Waterville City Council. Before we get started, I will ask Flavia to please lead us in the pledge.
So you want me to stand?
No,
Do you want me to stand?
No.
Okay.
Pledge and look
Okay.
at that.
Please
You'll
do.
see the flag.
Okay. So
Regularly
I
scheduled meeting of the Waterville City Council. Before we get started, I will ask.
Can I go?
Flavia.
Okay. So I pledge allegiance to the
flag
of the United States of America, for which.
and to the republic.
Okay. So I pledge allegiance for which we stand.
One nation, under God,
And the nation under God,
indivisible,
Indivisible,
with
with
liberty.
liberty.
liberty and justice for all. I'm sorry. I'm like stuck. I'm like.
That's all right. That's all right.
All right.
Put me on the spot there.
First up is a disclosure of conflict of interest. Is there anybody who feels they'll have a conflict of interest with the vote they'll take tonight?
No.
Seeing as none, and there is no unfinished business, we're going to move on to new business. Resolution 73.
I think we need the consent agenda first, Mayor.
Oh,
Yep.
I skipped right over that.
That's okay.
Can I get the approval of consent agenda? Can I get a motion for the approval of the consent agenda?
So moved.
So move.
Is there a second? All in favor? Okay. Oh, Patty, we have to do a roll call, don't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
Councilor Morris, he's not here. Councilor Oliveira,
Yes.
Councilor Smith,
Yes.
Councilor Mayhew,
Yes.
Councilor Foss,
Yes.
Councilor Frankie,
Yes.
Councilor Thomas.
Yes.
The vote is 6 in favor and 0 opposed.
Now we'll move on to new business, Resolution 73, 2020.
A resolution providing for bid award traffic paint. Be it resolved by the Waterville City Council acting as municipal officers as follows, that the city be hereby authorized to award a bid in the amount of $24,845.00 to the Sherwin-Williams Paint Company of Waterville, Maine.
Move to adopt. Seconded.
Is there any discussion? Seeing as none, Patty, could I have a roll call, please?
Councilor Oliveira,
Yes.
Councilor Smith,
Yes.
Councilor Mayhew,
Yes.
Councilor Foss,
Yes.
Councilor Frankie,
Yes.
Councilor Thomas.
Yes.
The vote is 6 in favor and 0 opposed.
Next is Resolution 74, 2020.
A resolution providing for authorizing the city manager to obtain fixed pricing for heating oil and motor fuels. Be it resolved by the Waterville City Council acting as municipal officers that the city manager be hereby authorized to secure an agreement with Maine Power Options, which guarantees fixed pricing for delivery of heating oil, gasoline, and diesel from July 1, 2020 through June 30, 2021. This purchase is in accordance with the City Purchasing Ordinance, Article 5, Sections A and B.
Move to adopt. Seconded.
Any discussion? Councilor Foss.
Mr. Roy, is there a reason that we don't coordinate some of that purchase with the school system?
Mike's frozen.
He froze.
With the school, was that your question?
Yeah. Is there a reason that we don't coordinate some of that with
Yeah.
the school system?
Well, the main reason is that the timing has always been off. The school board in the past approval to do the purchasing back in February. And the council traditionally has always wanted to do it later in the spring as part of a bidding thing. So in this case, it's better that we didn't coordinate it with the school, because I think our pricing we're looking at today is going to be better than what they were able to achieve.
Okay.
The only thing that they bid out too is the heating oil. We need gasoline, diesel, and heating oil.
Okay. Right.
Mark, I Mark Turner, I believe, is on with us too, in case there are questions. Mark has done a lot of work with Maine Power Options to secure pricing. And as most of you know, right now, it's about as low as it's going to go. Matter of fact, it came up from last week when we first got a call from Maine Power Options for us to jump in. Of course, without authority, we couldn't do that. So that's why I'm hoping we get that tonight so we can do something quickly.
Okay. Thank you, Mike.
Any other questions or comments? All right, Patty, can I get a roll call?
Counselor Oliveira, Counselor Oliveira,
Yes.
Counselor Smith,
Yes.
Counselor Mayu,
Yes.
Counselor Foss,
Yes.
Counselor Frankie,
Yes.
Counselor Thomas.
Yes.
The vote is 6 in favor and 0 opposed.
Next is Resolution 75, 2020.
A resolution providing for renewal of a special amusement license to the president and trustees of Colby College doing business as the Joseph Family Spa. Be it resolved by the Waterville City Council acting as the municipal officers as follows, that the City Council hereby authorize the issuance of a special amusement license to the president and trustees of Colby College doing business as Joseph Family Spa, 5460 Mayflower Hill. Be it further resolved that approval from code enforcement and the fire department, along with all outstanding personal property taxes, be paid as a condition for license to be issued.
Move to adopt. Second.
Any discussion? Counselor Foss?
This is for either Patty or Mike. This is the second time I've seen Joseph's Family Spa come up for a debatable item, which is one, the liquor license that we just approved about 6 weeks ago.
Mhm.
And now this special amusement. Is that a taxable piece of property sitting up there?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Okay. Seems to
Not
me with a
sure.
liquor license and an amusement park, an amusement license, that should fall under a taxable area of the college, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't believe so.
Special amusement license is required at any location that has alcohol and live entertainment. So it really has nothing to do necessarily with taxable versus tax exempt. It's
Mhm.
really just a function of state statute regarding special amusement licenses.
Councilor Thomas, you had something?
Well, this covers they have a pub up on campus. They also, I believe their food service provider, when they do events, sometimes sells alcohol. So
I think to Counselor Foss's point, though, he's referencing similar to kind of the line of events that happened, was it Yale, I believe, where sometimes you have these colleges that are nonprofits, but then they have on campus for-profit businesses, like say the food service is a separate entity that comes onto campus and provides food service. And if those separate entities are making any profit, then they need to, then actually what the courts have found is it becomes incumbent upon the school to break out the line items that are for-profit and non-profit to the community before, so they could get taxed, because there could be, and I think that was brought up earlier this year, with the fact that there is now a separate entity that's handling real estate handlings downtown that are for-profit. Some of those are obviously losing money, so it doesn't, but the fact of the matter, I just want to kind of solidify why Counselor Foss, I think, is asking these questions.
Right.
Mike?
Right. I'm typing an email now to Paul Castongwe, our assessor, because really your question is an assessing question. If there is going to be, if it is going to be a taxable property, the only one that can determine that is the city's assessor. So I will send him that question, Rick, and I will let you know what you hear. I'll copy you and you can see his answer.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Any other questions on Resolution 75? All right,
Nope.
Counselor Thomas?
No question. I would just say, I'm sure the state has guidelines on this because every single college is dealing with the same thing. So I'm sure at some point has it been defined whether or not you can tax, for example, the business that provides food if it's a separate company.
So I don't know that it actually has been dealt with, because the only thing I've seen is the case where an attorney, and I believe it was Yale, I could be wrong, I'd have to go back and look, where basically an attorney pro bono on behalf of the community sued the college and said, you need to show us which lines are nonprofit and which ones are not, because they knew there was an intermingling of for-profit and nonprofit. And ultimately there ended up being large payments to the community. So I think there's some generic state law, but the reality is the onus is on the community to prove, or well, you can through the courts put the onus on the nonprofit to prove that they are nonprofit, because ultimately you just have to be willing to hold them accountable to decide what's profit and what's not.
Right. That's kind of where I'm going with that, is that, you know, we've got a liquor license sitting up there, which I know they're not selling their alcohol for cost. And now an amusement license that, you know, I'm just now seeing, because this is the first time sitting in this chair. You know, I want to make sure that the city of Waterville is getting what they deserve from the taxable property, if it's to be had. Let's look at that road, make sure that, you know, the everything T's are crossed and the I's are dotted. So that's really where I'm going with that.
Great. Any other questions or comments? Patty, can I get a roll call, please?
Counselor Olivera,
Yes.
Counselor Smith,
Yes.
Counselor Mayu,
Yes.
Counselor Foss,
Yes.
Counselor Frankie,
Yes.
Counselor Thomas.
Yes.
The vote is 6 in favor and 0 opposed.
Next is resolution 76, 2020.
A resolution providing for approval of lease airport. Be it resolved by the Waterville City Council acting as municipal officers as follows, that the attached lease agreement be approved for vacation land skydiving to begin operations at the Robert LaFleur Municipal Airport.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Now, Randy, it continues, I just want to make sure it continues to be our understanding that if things go well this year and the city decides that we're going to keep this going, this would be a one-year thing, and that Vacation Land will be looking to build their own hangar space. Is that still the understanding?
That's the understanding I have right now, yes.
Okay. Any other questions or comments? Patty, can I get a roll call, please?
Counselor Olivera,
Yes.
Counselor Smith,
Yes.
Counselor Mayu,
Yes.
Counselor Foss,
Absolutely, yes.
Counselor Frankie.
Yes.
Was that a yes? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Counselor Thomas.
Yes.
The vote is 6 in favor and 0 opposed.
Randy, I've got copies of the lease signed here, so if you can pick those up, or I'll get them up to you somehow. And then you can have Brad sign both, and we'll keep one, he can have one.
Okay.
He'll send them by messenger pigeon tomorrow.
Yeah, really. You can come by, but you can't get in.
Next is resolution 77, 2020.
A resolution providing for selection of airport consultant, notice to proceed, and application for grant. Be it resolved by the Waterville City Council acting as the municipal officers that Stantec Consulting Services be chosen as the city's airport consultant, and be it further resolved that the city manager be authorized to issue a notice to proceed to Stantec Consulting Services for work associated with the pavement preservation and airport restriping grant for 2020 at the Robert LaFleur Airport, and be it further resolved that the city manager be authorized to submit this grant under the FAA's 2020 Airport Improvement Grant Program.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Anyone?
Second.
No. Anyone comment, question? Sorry.
Mike, what's our 5% share on that?
Depends which project we're talking about. Randy, do you know for the pavement preservation and striping approximately the total amount? Well, there's an engineering cost, right? And then there's the actual construction work.
Right. So altogether with the engineering, we're looking around 18,000 as a local share, but we still have a pot of money from our land donation that is still unused. So that will be chipped down. I'm not sure how much at this point. We're still closing out the last 2 projects, but I should know in the next couple of weeks.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Can I get a roll call, Patty?
Counselor Olivera,
Yes.
Counselor Smith,
Yes.
Counselor Mayu,
Yes.
Counselor Foss,
Yes.
Counselor Frankie,
Yes.
Counselor Thomas.
Yes.
The vote is 6 in favor and 0 opposed.
Randy, if there's something to sign for this, you'll let me know.
Yes, I'll get you the packets by pigeon.
Next is Order 78, 2020.
An order providing for approval of MPI agreement, Main Street Commons Drive. Be it hereby ordered by the Waterville City Council acting as the municipal officers that the city manager be authorized to sign a municipal partnership agreement, MPI, with the State Department of Transportation regarding improvements to the Upper Main Street Commons Drive intersection. Be it further ordered that he be given authority to spend up to $30,000 from the city's annual road paving account to provide the city's share.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Mike?
I just want to say this is a project we've been waiting for a long time. Finally, the state has been able to find some funding to help us. So remember, folks, on this MPI setup, it's a 50-50 share. State pays half, we pay half. And it's something we've been waiting for. As I said before, the design has been complete for a while. And I'm hoping that, I'm not going to promise that it'll be done by Christmas shopping season this year, but let's hope that it is, because we all know what it looks like at that time of year.
Any other questions or comments? All right, Patty, I'll take a roll call, please.
Counselor Olivera,
Yes.
Counselor Smith,
Yes.
Counselor Mayu,
Yes.
Counselor Foss,
Yes.
Counselor Frankie,
Yes.
Counselor Thomas.
Yes.
The vote is 6 in favor and 0 opposed.
Resolution 79, 2020.
A resolution providing for approval of bid for roof repairs library. Be it resolved by the Waterville City Council acting as the municipal officers that the city engineer be authorized to complete a contract with Maine Highlands Contracting in the not to exceed amount of $150,000 to complete repair work on the Waterville Public Library roof.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Tammy, how long have you waited for this?
10 years.
Good, and this was, am I correct that this was part of the bond that we did because you guys had a lot of overdue maintenance that was stuff that has just been kind of kicked down the road, and this is really just trying to catch you up on overdue maintenance. Is that
That is
right?
correct.
Yeah. Okay. Any questions or comments from anybody? Mike?
Just wanted to make note that you're right. All of this is included in the bond issue. The bond issue total for the library was 810,000. Tammy, is that correct?
Correct.
810.
Correct.
In that bond issue, the roof was programmed at 100.
Correct.
So this is being proposed at a little bit more because we're just not sure exactly what we may find up there. Hopefully nothing. But if it does go over the 100 that we had targeted for the roof repair, it'll have to come out of one of the other items in the 800 total. But Andy has been a big help in guiding this. We got the bids in, and now we're going to get someone up on that roof, because what's been happening, and I'm sure Tammy can tell you much better than I, is water's coming down through the roof into the electrical panel, and that's not good.
Long overdue.
While we're all on here, Tammy, I just want to say thanks so much. The library has always been such an incredible partner, and it's a city-owned building. It's a Carnegie building. It's an important building. I think the library serves far more people than most people would imagine in our community, and you guys have always been able to stretch a penny more than anybody else anybody else I know, and have always been proactive, and your board members approaching the council and just really trying to work with the city, kind of being realistic about the finances, but also realistic about the needs of your building, and just trying to stretch things and serving the community in such a phenomenal way. So I just want to say thank you so much while you're on here, because
Thank you.
you're certainly kind of one of the unsung heroes of what goes on here in the city, and I just want to give that plug while I'm on here.
Thanks a lot.
You bet. Anybody else on the roof? Patty, I'll take a roll call, please.
Counselor Olivera, Counselor Olivera,
Yes.
Counselor Smith,
Yes.
Counselor Mayu,
Yes.
Counselor Foss,
Yes.
Counselor Frankie,
Yes.
Counselor Thomas. Was that a yes, Counselor Thomas?
Yes.
The vote, sorry,
Yes.
the vote is 6 in favor and 0 opposed.
Next is ordinance. What's the number on
80.
there?
It's 80, sorry.
80.
Yeah. An ordinance,
80. Go ahead.
an ordinance providing for amendment to public safety ordinance, fire department services. Be it enacted by the Waterville City Council acting as the municipal officers as follows. That the attached fee schedule be revised to add a new section, Section 6, Emergency Medical Services.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Chief, anything you want to add in here?
I don't. Basically, what you have in front of you is a fee schedule for the fire department, and with the acquisition of the ambulance program, if they're utilized to transport people, we would bill just like every other ambulance service in the state of Maine, and it's up to us to set billing rates. And these billing rates originally went to the fire department study committee, but as a result of the COVID, we have since not been meeting. And to be quite honest with you, because I'm licensed, ready to go, fully equipped, our guys are trained up, we could transport somebody at any time, any day. So it's imperative that we push these rates forward. And these rates were determined by an analysis of all the area fire departments, as well as some of the southern fire departments, as well as taking a look at Delta ambulance billing rates. And our rates are going to be higher than Delta's. We don't want to compete with a nonprofit, and they're going to be extremely competitive with other agencies. So I'm happy to answer any questions, but it's pretty simple. It's just an addition to the administrative and operational fees.
Okay. Any questions or comments from the council? Okay. Councilor Thomas.
This is sort of related. I'm just wondering how you think what Winslow is doing is going to affect the entire system.
Well, I haven't heard of any official votes as far as what Winslow has done. I know that they're in the process of moving forward with an ambulance service, but their mindset is more of a primary service and rather than a backup service. I don't really have enough information to comment on it until the votes are tallied, but I certainly would get back to you on that.
It looks like they're going to vote in a couple of days here, from what I just read,
Correct.
to purchase 2 ambulances.
That is correct.
Okay. Anybody else? Patty, I'll take a roll call, please.
Counselor Olivera,
Yes.
Counselor Smith,
Yes.
Counselor Mayu,
Yes.
Counselor Foss,
Yes.
Counselor Frankie,
Yes.
Counselor Thomas,
Yes.
The vote is 6 in favor and 0 opposed.
All right, next, counselor updates. Is there any counselor that has an update this evening? Counselor Frankie?
I don't have an update, but I have a question. One of the pieces of paper that came through my agenda pack was a resolution ratifying the roll of accounts. We haven't dealt with that issue. Do we need to do that tonight?
That's part of the consent agenda.
Oh,
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else? I'm assuming there's no community notes. Mike, you have a community note?
Community note, and that is to give thanks to all the city employees that are out there doing their jobs, fire, police, dispatch, and EMS people, and public works. You know, last week, over 3 days, we had 40 hours of freezing rain. We had 2 guys in the back of a Packer truck out throughout that very cold and wet time. And they're just a couple, 3 people that are out there doing their job. So I just wanted to say thanks to the city employees, because they certainly have made things much easier for the rest of us to get distancing from each other and still try and do our jobs.
Counselor Frankie?
Well, while we're recognizing the work that people are doing in these trying times, I would like to put the city on record for appreciating the work that the emergency people are doing, as well as the healthcare workers all around our community. The people that are on the front lines fighting the COVID virus deserve our gratitude and support.
And the grocery store workers.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, thank you.
Great. Anybody else?
I would like to thank also the city for keeping us updated on Facebook and on the website, especially being far away. I'm able to keep up with what's going on via the internet. So thank you for that.
Great. We wish you speedy travel home.
Yay.
Yeah. Okay. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All right. Have a good evening, everyone.
Bye,
Good
guys.
night. Good night.